Hello everyone, Irish Warlock here, and welcome back to part 14 of our Final Fantasy 16 Let's Play. I'm going to kick things off in just a moment after we go through what happened in one hell of a previous episode, which had a lot of ups and a hell of a lot of downs. So, last time we went to Oriflamme, all the way up here, to go underneath the city into the mines, underneath specifically the Mother Crystal, which we planned on destroying along with Jill and Sid. We fought our way through some, I guess, infected, called Akishka, something like that. I don't really remember. Who have basically been driven mad by mining the crystals, which are like raw magic, essentially. We reached the Mother Crystal, which Sid was able to destroy by essentially going into his icon form, which I've called Super Gandalf, because that's kind of what he looks like. Unfortunately, this led to a weird creature demon called Typhon being summoned into the area, like summoned from like a weird portal that had just appeared where the Mother Crystal used to be. Clive was brought into this strange realm after Sid was able to kind of get rid of Typhon by throwing his staff into it. We turned into a free, fought and defeated Typhon before returning to the real world, where we found that Sid was gravely wounded. While we were talking to Sid, another being by the name of Ultima turned up. It's revealed that Ultima has been the weird voice in our head that we've been hearing, and it has plans for Clive. Sid seemed to recognize who or what Ultima was able to drive him off, but unfortunately succumbed to his wounds, and we lost Sid, and it's so depressing. But before Sid died, he did give us his powers, so now not only we have the fire powers from the Phoenix, the wind powers from Garuda, we have Ramuh's lightning powers as well. Ultima did come back and knock Jill and Clive unconscious, but this is when Joshua came and saved us. Joshua kind of revealed in his talks with Ultima that he's had either dealings or interactions with Ultima, or has at least been hunting Ultima or something like that. Clive did come to consciousness as well briefly and did see Joshua, but they didn't get to converse. While all of this was going on, Hugo Capuca, who you'll remember is the Titan who we saw at the start of the game, another dominant, destroyed the hideout and killed many of the people there. We know Gav was seriously wounded, but we don't know if any of the named characters we've met have died. The game then decided to fast forward 5 years later, which we are all the way down here, which seems to be the area of the world where the Titan is from. It seems Jill and Clive are continuing in Sid's work of trying to free the bearers and create a better world, although it seems not a lot of the bearers want this because Clive and Jill just seem to bring bad luck wherever they go. And that was it. We did save some bearers, fought some of Hugo's men, but now seem to be on our way to return to the hideout, which still exists, it seems, so I assume some people have returned to it. Also, Clive, while obviously still going by his name Clive, is now also known as Sid. I suppose it's a way to keep the legend alive and hopefully to continue to inspire people like Sid originally did. But we're going to see. So, the Hideaway. Amongst the unfading remnants of ambitious, long forgotten, do Clive and his companions forge a path to a better tomorrow. Let's go on. So maybe the group is now a lot smaller. Maybe that's kind of it. It's not like a big group like last time. But we're going to see. Benumir.
That night 5 years ago, we destroyed what for many was a symbol of hope, for a reason they'll never know. We cannot blame them for thinking us the cause of their misery. Though it's to give them a better tomorrow, they see only that we've made their lives harder today. Yet the boil must be lanced if it is to heal.
I can't help but wonder if we've made the right choice.
When Sid said that he wanted to create a world where we were free to choose our own path, I honestly don't think it mattered to him if that choice was right or wrong. Only that it was our own.
I miss him.
A world where we can live and die as equals. That's what he wanted. What we want. And that's why I bear his name, It's why we've all chosen to bear his legacy.
Also notice that Clive doesn't have his brand anymore.
And I'm not going to let anything stand in our way.
Rides over, lovebirds, home sweet home.
Is this the same area as before, or is it a new area? I guess it must be a new area, or the area changed. The Hideaway. The Hideaway was built in the ruins of like a sky ship, so maybe we upped and moved the whole Hideaway. Home sweet home.
Otto was asking after you. Let's go and see him.
Never a dull moment.
Okay, so we know Otto is still around. For better or worse.
Finish with that log so we can call it a morning.
Otto will want to know what happened in Cosness. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Again! I seen schoolboys swim harder.
Look, it's Sid.
Staying long this time?
Okay, so there's the... I think that's the training stone, isn't it? Okay, so Sharon seems to still be alive, that's good. We can still do our upgrades over here. And Clive's chambers. Wall of memories. Okay, so we'll talk to Otto first, and then we'll go up and look at all of this.
Clive. Is everything alright?
Okay, so people also seem to know I am Clive. So, yeah, I guess some people... Like, Sid is just a title then, I guess.
All operations are suspended until further notice.
Yes, Captain.
I'll let the others know.
And this guy also survived. Good.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army.
Gav survived!
Should be
Yes!
any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Actually, let's check the lore to see if it says anything about the new Hideaway. It does. Established under the leadership of Clive Rossfield, who took on the title of Cid after his former leader's passing, and the Titan's destruction of the old Hideaway, here a community of like-minded individuals from across the realm have gathered to build a place where people can live and die on their own terms. Like its predecessor, it's built within the fallen ruins deep within the deadlands of Central Storm. Decidedly unlike its predecessor, however, it is located in the centre of a lake, Benumere, across whose waters any invading enemy can easily be spotted long before their arrival. Okay, so it's in the same area as the old one, but it's not the same one. But it's also in an airship. After Cid fell and his hideaway was reduced to rubble at the hands of Hugo Capuca, or that's not how they pronounce it. How do they pronounce it? Okay, anyway, at the hands of Hugo, Clive took on both his predecessor's name and role, becoming the second Cid the Outlaw, and leader of the re-established resistance. Together with the other survivors and their new recruits, he continued Cid's mission to emancipate bearers and rid the realm of mother crystals. Yay! And we seem to have made no progress in 5 years. because the other mother crystals are still there. And Otto, Chief Steward of Clive's Hideaway, Otto continues to serve the same role he did under Sid, being the primary person in charge of all monies and information coming in and going out of the Hideaway. Okay. And this little guy survived. Alright, at least he made it. And the bartender?
Finished sorting those reports yet?
Finished? I ain't started. Been busy enough with my own work.
That's not the bartender, that's someone else. That's the guy who goes with side missions. Okay, Vivian. You weren't there the last time, you're new.
I'd trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
Thank you.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was
I love her
especially
outfit,
memorable.
it's so cool.
So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Brilliant to recap.
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
We will, ruling from Rosaria.
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Okay. So what can she tell me?
Here for another of my lectures. How may I help you today?
Oh, hello. State of the Realm. By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current going on in Valisthea. Revisit any of the Nine Tails past lessons or take a deeper look at the relationship of those individuals in Clive's orbit. Okay, so it's a little bit of a history situational map.
I have the details
cool.
here.
Here you can view a detailed visualization of character relationships in Final Fantasy 16. The updates you progress through the story. Cool. Torgal, Jill, Joshua, our parents, Ambrosia. Oh, that was our chocobo. Oh, the lads, Sir Tyler and Sir Wade. Yeah, the red shirts. And Rodney. So... Ah. This is really cool. An otherworldly being that Clive encountered in the inner sanctum of Drake's head, he addressed Clive as Mythos before attempting to merge their consciousnesses. However, Clive was able to summon the will to resist the creature before Joshua returned from the dead, imprisoned in a cage of fire that he sealed away in his own heart. Oh, poor Joshua. I hope he's okay. Okay, we're not going to stay looking at this, but I'll come back and look at this later. This is brilliant.
One must understand one's place in the world.
Here you can view a detailed overview of current and past events relevant to Clive's story that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Okay, so we can basically watch how the story unfolded. That's brilliant. I love this. More games need something like this. This is excellent.
The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive. And how may I assist you today?
Yeah, let's just ask what it is first.
I admit
when I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Canberra, I did not think for a moment that I would one day count Sid the Outlaw as my pupil, nor Sid the Outlaw among my pupils. But nor did I imagine that when my fellow educators would have designs on my life, and we both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose. One is wont to uncover that which others will go to great lengths to ensure remained hidden. Were it not for you and our mutual friend having come to my rescue, my curiosity would likely have proved fatal. But instead, I was not only saved, but granted a new lease in life, as personal tutor to a band of outlaws, no less.
a far more reputable fellowship.
Than anything in the academic world, I assure you. Okay.
I do wish our lawsman would consider acquiring some more contemporary volumes. I tire of the classics.
So we saw the four powers there. So we've got the Empire, which our mother is married to the Emperor of, which is supposed to make her Empress. And they're trying to expand out to escape light, and they are also have control of Rosaria. Actually, can I bring up the world map? I can. Cool. Oh, no. So yeah, the Empire here, which has control of Rosaria. Then over here we have the Iron Blood, which we saw at the start of the game, who had Jill imprisoned, and they were fighting a lot with Rosaria in the past. Down here, what's the nation? I forget the nation's name, even though they just said it. But this is where Hugo the Titan is from. They were fighting the Iron Blood and Jill at the start of the game. And over here we have the Kingdom of Elude. This is who Benedicta worked for and who Sid in the past worked for. Okay, and we still got 1, 2, I'm assuming this is number 3, and 4 Mother Crystals to deal with. Why does this one look different though? Maybe it's underground or something? Oh well, let's press on with the story. I don't want to dawdle around for too long. Oh, this is nice. Something like this is like my personal heaven. This is where I'd be if I was in the hideout.
Old Tome said the
airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
Not very invincible now, is it?
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Was that little thing about him not hearing his name, was that like an Obi-Wan Kenobi reference?
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
Oh yeah, not everyone can see the Moogle. That's a bit strange.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Ah, Clive. A moment, if I may.
You just told me to leave.
To hear that I've completed another volume. And while my collection is still far from becoming the 1,000 tomes that young Crow has quaintly dubbed it, I hope the knowledge chronicled within might yet be of some benefit to the Hideaway. Of course, I would not have penned half as many volumes without the tales you and the others bring back from your travels, for which generosity I shall be forever grateful. Look around you.
Well, it is a far cry from the Imperial Library in Oriflamme. In 5 short years, we've amassed more volumes than most men and women might hope to see in a lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We have liberated them, and that they may fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge. Still, there is much more out there, and as long as I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can.
Why?
One day, a chronicle of our own adventures might even grace these shelves. Or failing that, the floor. Very confident. Yeah.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but of that which Sid fought fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we might never have found again, had you not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Had you not let us hear?
To Benumir and the Invincible, where among the ghosts of the fallen our journey can continue. Here in the belly of a Leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever. And here may it burn for 1,000 more.
If you need a book to help you sleep, might I recommend On the Mating Rituals of Mortals?
You just said they didn't exist. And I really do not want to read about something's mating ritual. Of all things to read about, that is not something I want to read. Oh, it's the healer.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it.
Oh, so it's new to get rid of it.
It's like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work.
Oh.
Before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a Stolas. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
Oh, I thought it was a potion or maybe a burn, but no, it was actual knife.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Have we any more knuckle pies?
Oh, sadly not. Molly used the last of the chocobo in the stew.
Maeve.
Welcome back, Sid.
Blood on it.
I don't think I have 10,000, but 500 for a drink as well.
Getting on? Ah, about as well as you'd expect of a barmaid pouring sour ale for penniless outlaws in the middle of the Deadlands. And it'd be worse than that if Molly here didn't make the best stew this side of Stonehair, even if it is mostly just yesterday's leavings. Don't tell her you heard that from me, though. Oh, keep your mug handy.
How much money do I have? Can I buy a round for everyone? Where does it say my money? Oh, it's under gear. Am I missing it or something? Oh, wait, there it is, 27. I have enough for a round. Let's get a round.
You look like you could do with a drink. As if setting our people free wasn't enough. Good news, everyone. The casks have been liberated. Here's to Sid.
Right, well, we're not making that a habit. Bankrupt myself buying drinks for everyone.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Yeah, you took nearly half my money there. Here she is.
Is it business or pleasure?
Has it really been 5 years since we left the old place? How time flies.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
We were all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kafka's lot turned up. Not that we knew it was them. They just poured in like a plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the midst of it all. I'll never forget those cries, try as I might.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Do me best. Promise me you won't let anything happen again. Promise that what may, Sid will save us. I'll do my best. Yeah, let's get rid of some of our gear that we don't need anymore. This is our father's sword, we're not selling that. Nothing really to sell, I guess.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Ooh, restore all HP. Oh,
the coin, you
that's
don't.
expensive. But I can get one.
You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Is that all?
Alright, Goops.
Hey, you're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions while you're away, did you? We've a fine selection of tonics and tinctures. Perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Gear.
What'd you need?
Looks like everybody named survived.
You've forgotten already? Because I haven't.
It was a right pain in the arse getting this place into shape, especially with the mess we were in. Not that it was anything new for those of us who put the old Hideaway together.
Still.
That doesn't mean I intend on doing it again.
Not saying Fordian, do you? It'd last you a good while. No scratches, all right? And?
Ooh, that's a cool looking sword.
Look, Sid. Squeaks wants to meet you.
Hello,
I
Squeaks.
can keep him, can't I? Can't I?
Yeah, of course you can.
This plank will have to be replaced.
Nearly half the crates were lost to bandit.
Okay, I think we'll just look around a bit more. We head back. We'll head down here anyway. Okay, nothing really around, it seems. Let's just head back and head to read Gav's letter and see what he's got going on.
Once the hall's swept, it's over to the Tavern Crown for me.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Got an L now. That's cool. Oh, created today, Clive pledges allegiance to Sid. This crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. That's cool, so we can kind of pick up things throughout the game and reminisce on them. Aw. It also makes me think, we have not progressed far in this game, have we? If this is where we're getting all of this stuff. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the Hideaway. The Republic's play. The Republican army marches on the Empire twin side, and the men of the Rock have been summoned up to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see her done to wear upon my return. Gav. Oh, he's lost an eye. But it looks like he's still got the 3 dumb ponytails, so... But he's lost his eye. Oh, Gav.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randala in Hugo Kupka's charge.
Kupka, that's
with
it.
Him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the Hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort,
We must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
It's Joshua. Oh, I love the new threads.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all.
What are you implying?
Just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing.
What?
Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Okay, let's go find Martha. We've got to save Martha.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
What has Lex Luthor done? I know I'm making fun of that movie, but now I really want to watch it now that I've made those comments, because it's stupid, but it's fun. Actually, while I'm here as well, let's just see if we've got any upgrades to do. Oh, yes. Also go look at Ramu. So... Staff underground, electrifying all enemies. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to upgrade that one. That's that. I'm not going to bother with that one. And... Okay. Okay, we're going to save for this. Definitely going to save for Judgment Bolt, because that looks cool.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Alright then, let's go save Martha. I just want to see what's up here first, so... Okay, this is like the infirmary area. Yeah, the infirmary. The bunks, I assume, where everyone is sleeping and living.
No one works longer or harder than our Otto. You can scour the whole of Storm and Ash, and you won't find a better man.
Okay then. That's... Everyone's got a type, I suppose. And we've got one side quest down here to pick up, so we'll go to there as well.
Good day to you, said.
Charlie says I can't go and play until I finish my psalms.
Hurry up and finish them. We need 3 for Canning.
Okay, so we've done a bit of a loop. This like a school area, I guess. But anyway, let's get going.
Sid?
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Alright then. So we need to go get some pitch to fix the boat. Not exactly the most exciting side quest, but that seems to be the run of the mill here. Okay, well, we might as well spawn in here, collect the stuff, and then run up to Martha's Rest. And we got the gang with us. Ooh, the area is all foggy and gloomy.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
Oh, no. Ah, well. Easy as pie. And we got the wax. Easy enough.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Well, we'll head up to Martha's Rest and we'll deal with him later. So on we go. And here we are at Martha's Rest. Looks a lot more dreary than last time, that's for sure. I don't think that's just the weather.
Come on. We need to find the others.
I mean, bleak is an understatement, to say the least.
If they hurt Martha, they'll have the old rest to answer to.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Father, I'd rather not bump into them again.
The Blood Axes seem to be a mercenary group that, for the most part, are like still fighting for Rosaria or still have Rosarian ideals.
Sid? What said you'd be coming? I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
Oh no.
Bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Oh, it's our mother, isn't it? What was the name of that village? Hang on. Eastpool, yeah, she was the one who ordered Eastpool to be destroyed 5 years ago. So it's probably her again. We really do need to find her and put a blade through her quickly.
If those Orsons touch an arrow on Martha's head. Oh, kill 'em.
Look. Up ahead. Martha.
Oh, she's okay.
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn black shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields.
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Oh, God.
They may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Definitely our mother. And we level up. Nice. If you guys haven't seen my recent Star Trek or Bolt Gun Let's Plays, just so you're aware, I'm recording this on Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday today. And I am going to Germany on Friday for a couple of nights with my family. So my plan is to try and get a couple of videos recorded in advance that I can kind of put up while I'm away to keep the content going. This should also lead to the end of the Star Trek and 40k Bolt Gun Let's Plays. And then when I get back, I'll be starting a Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play on the PS5. And hopefully, I keep saying it'll be a stream on Twitch, but just hopefully if I can get Twitch to work, because I did have problems with the last time I tried to stream, I'll be doing Starfield over on Twitch and then porting it over to YouTube at a later date. Oh no.
There might still be someone inside.
Oh God. This game just keeps getting bleaker and bleaker.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers.
Good. Something to kill. Something to hurt.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
Oh, they're looking fancy armor.
Crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
I guess those were the Shields of Rosaria words. Oh God, I really want to kill our mother now. A bit over the top with him there, but why not?
Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive. The abbot.
Oh, I liked him.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
Oh. But still important.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
Oh.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Bleaker and bleaker in the world, no matter what we seem to do. And I said change doesn't happen straight away when you do something, but... yeah, you don't expect it to go that bad that quickly. And they're, like, twisting the shields of Rosaria, like, turning them into something else with the same words. It sounds like, what the hell is that? What? Every now and then Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, more ferocious than most. While fighting is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown but also rare materials that means craft nuclear or upgrade existing ones. Okay.
Feeling it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Oh! Cheeky. Okay. I did not see my health get that low. Alright then, I suppose we'll try again. Oh, is that what killed me? Like maybe being in that circle is an insta-death? Oh. Take a heal just to be safe. Ah! I just wail on him with everything. Come on, nearly there. Come on. Ah. There we go.
You didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Alright, back to Martha's Rest. Oh, somebody shut that trader up.
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
Don't mean to make sense of it, just kill her.
That woman's head's a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Right, back to the hideaway then. Oh, what's this?
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Try not to move.
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me. You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Oh, alright, why not?
Alright.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you.
Oh, is it our old chocobo?
Bastards are hiding from
Oh,
me.
that'd be nice. Finally a bit of nice news. Alright, well it's not far off, so let's just go and do that real quick before we head back.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Ooh, there's a white feather.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Yes, it is Ambrosia.
Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
To the big scorpions. Great. Alright, we can sneak by them. Oh, hello.
Chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Oh, hello. Oh, let's stay away from you.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, there's more of them. Oh, hello. Okay, take a bit of stone skin and... Okay. And that is what happens when you poach. So don't go poaching or hunting, kids.
You're safe now. Whiteheart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
Oh, it is. Oh.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. yourself a flock.
Then I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Very nice.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my car on the road, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it's that guy.
No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
Good thing that he doesn't remember, eh?
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Oh, cool. So I got a little token. Chocobo unlocked. Wait, can I ride her? Ah, nice. Okay, so what happens if I hop on?
Come on.
Oh, they're on chocobos as well. Well, the dog's not, obviously. Ah, this is so cool. Right then, back to the hideout.
Where's Gav?
Okay, we'll quickly just drop off the side mission and we'll talk to Gav and then we're going to wrap things up. Also, remember, it wasn't the old hideout that was in an airship, it was the village of Lostwing that was in an airship, so... yeah, might be worthwhile going back to Lostwing and Northreach to see if anything's changed since the last time we were there. Alright, old man.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Right then, off to Gav. There he is.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals.
Nice.
4 Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia.
Dhalmekia, that's its
Drake's
name.
Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Oh!
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield.
Does Gav not know?
And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune.
I thought Gav knew.
A handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
So we're going after one between Rosaria and the Ironblood first. Interesting. We got some more things to do around the hideout, it seems. Otto's counter. Was this to hunt strange creatures? Yes, it is. Okay, let's take one quick look around at this stuff and then we'll wrap it up.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
I wonder if he knows we're alive. Or will this be as much a surprise?
So Martha's all right. Yep. Others weren't so lucky though.
Without a ship to carry her there, Drake's breath might as well be on the moon.
I mean, the amount of times this game focuses on the moon and that little red star, we might actually have to go to the moon. Clive, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew all that already. And that's why I need your help. All I need is to remind you, Kupo, I'm the mightiest of all the Mughals. No, oh, but never mind. Okay, kill all the creatures. Got it.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Okay. Okay, so now I gotta actually talk to him, not to the boards. Hunt board. Yeah, cool. So I got one already. The Angel of Death. Ugh. Ooh, it's a lot of money though. And Belphegor. Jeez, that's a name. I just find them out in the wild, I guess. Okay, cool. Probably only do something if I actually come across them, but maybe I'll do them in my own time as well, just for the sake of it.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
I never actually asked him about himself.
Oh, same old.
Otto's got me reading through the reports, coming in from our allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now and what can be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so I could just about handle the job myself. The state of the world now, though, I need Dee's help to sit through it all. And that's just the sifting. Actually solving any of these problems is a whole other headache. The Cursebreakers take the urgent stuff, but I'm still stuck waiting for the volunteers to handle the rest. So if you ever need yourself at a loose end, well, you know where to find me.
Anything catch your eye?
Okay, so we got no side quests missing. What do you do, Dee?
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh, no. That's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Okay.
Come to claim your just desserts?
Completing side quests will earn renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to the cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper to view the current renown level. Okay, cool. So I've got 55 at the moment, so your merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring do are all to talk amongst the ladies of the court. You've gathered together several items of worth that you might continue your gallantry. Ah.
All yours.
Oh, it's not a currency, it's just once I hit a check mark, I unlock it. Okay, that's cool.
All done?
Okay, so I have to go over here now. And there's a side quest up there, so we'll get that at the next episode, and then we'll head over here to a whole new area, or a more southern part of Rosaria. But that is it. Feels like a bit of a, not a shorter episode because it's not going to be that short, but an episode that has less content in it than I would have liked. But I suppose, like, that's it. After a big story beat, we're going to have to do a lot of just sitting around and talking and learning about the new mechanics that the game has opened. But, you know, still a lot of fun. We've got our next objective. Seems we're going to head over and try and destroy this mother crystal. And it seems that the Republic of Walode is going in to fight Sambrek, which now has this city here in the, what was it, the crystalline something? The crystalline place? And they have that mother crystal, and Dhalmekia with the Titan are waiting to pounce in and take it. So, yeah, a lot of going-ons in the world, which we're kind of the cause of, but let's see what happens when we destroy the next mother crystal. But anyway, I do hope you guys liked this episode. Do leave a like and a comment if you did. Your feedback is greatly appreciated in helping the channel grow. What do you think about what's going to happen next? Do you think destroying the mother crystal over here will be as easy as it was destroying the first one, or do you think it's going to be, or do you think it's going to go just as badly? Also, what do you think of these new black shields and what our mother is up to? Honestly, I think it's just better we go after her straight away and get rid of her, but that's not what the game wants, so hopefully we will get our revenge soon enough. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter, Twitch and Medium to stay up to date on all other content I have going on. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all content here going forward. And I shall see you all next time.